soul is in the soil, the health is in the soil, so the vines are healthy, and that's what I think gets into the bottle somehow, some way. Maybe it's passion, but it's also health of soil, vitality of soil, and just healthy vines, healthy growing, balanced flavors as a result. From the time you pick it, you can taste the grapes, to the time it's fermenting, to the time it's in the bottle. So the idea is to give people a wonderful picture of what is in that, what's the soul of that wine from start to finish.
I would say that if it's a smaller production wine, then the winery and the winemaker are able to give more attention to the barrels of wine or the bottles of wine. You can put more love into each bottle. I have just seen, fairly consistently, with plenty of exceptions of course, that if a talented winemaker is making 100 cases with great passion and skill, they are going to be able to do something better and with more character than a very good winery that's making 50,000 cases. You just can't put as much love into each bottle if you're doing, tens of thousands of cases as if you're doing a couple hundred.
We're such a small producing winery. I'd say the majority of folks that find us, it's going to be through word of mouth.
I don't think just using science and facts about pairing food and wine could ever replace a wine professional recommendation, a wine merchant or a sommelier recommendation. I would say that a winery's description of a wine is definitely more centered on just what they do in particular. We are really listening to the customers and what they're telling us to be able to describe a particular wine to them more personally than a winery often can.
There are wines that can't be found in bigger grocery stores or chains and things, and it's not that you don't want that, but it's just that that's the reality of distribution and where things are and the quantity that you have to begin with, which isn't very much. If you're making 400 cases of wine or 200 cases of wine, the focus is on how can you share the wine directly with your customer. That's what's satisfying to me and what's pretty wonderful.
I mean, people don't realize it, but distribution takes a huge hit on how much you sell your wine for. They can buy it at 50% of cost. California, it might be 60%. So, right there you're losing 40% of the value of the wine.
We do make a class of wines that we sell direct to just a small group of people. And those are customers that have a good relationship with us. Call it membership, call it a working history, but we feel strongly that it's important to reciprocate a relationship with customers that have supported you by giving them access to something that isn't widely available.
We are incorporating as many senses as possible for this experience, because music, as does food and wine, has the ability to stir the emotions, and they're all equally intoxicating.
The one thing I would say to wine lovers is keep drinking wine. There's a lot to experience out there. There's always room to increase your knowledge and experience base. There's always new vintages, there's always new winemakers to explore. Don't take it too seriously, but enjoy the experience.
Don't be pressured into liking a wine or not trying a wine just because, if it's not a popular wine or something like that. Really, if you enjoy a wine, who's to say that it's not a good wine?
Love wine, and thank you for loving wine, but stay curious about it too.